Hi, Scrapbooking Saundra here, and I am back with Layering Gone Wild, the first layout in this video series where I set no boundaries with my layering. I am very excited, can hardly contain myself, so let's get started. I'm using the exact same photo, one up close to capture my beautiful daughter's smile, and the other to capture that great mountain view in the background. I started with pre-cutting all of my paper that I think I might use and a lot more. I'm using two paper packs. One is from My Mind's Eye, Kate and Company, and the other one is from Bo Bunny, Somewhere in Time. And these two collections work very well together. They are 6x6 paper packs. And the first thing I want to do is just sort of mat my photos. Not the way I traditionally do it or normally do it. And as far as layering, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this white paper as the background or if I'm going to use this because I really like that little stamp at the top. I'm thinking of just cutting it off and putting it here. Anyway, let's see what happens. I'm using that brown as a template. I know I said I'm going wild, no templates, no boundaries, but I'm using that in case I switch to the other paper so I can just attach everything to this build out from, the center out kind of thing and see what happens. That little card is way too cute. Where's that from? From someplace called Snap something. Snap Simple Stories, that's what it's from. Anyway, these pictures are from summer camp. We were on our way to summer camp and we stopped in Cumberland, Maryland and took some pictures on the way. But the place we're going to is Summer Camp Music Festival and it's in Illinois. And the cool thing about this place is you camp outside and you get to hear music practically 24/7. It starts at 10 in the morning and ends at 4 in the morning, something my daughter left off. Plus, people who come to camp there, and it's like 30,000 people or more, some of them actually start to play in the camp areas. And so you might really have music 24/7. But it's really cool. It was a lot of fun, and the tents are set up like tapestries. So when I was doing this, I was thinking about the look of our campsite and all the tapestries that I saw flowing in the wind and the different colors of people's tents and the designs that people used. And I kind of wanted to bring that into this layout. It kind of felt like I was stepping back in time to, let's say, the Woodstock time, getting in touch with my hippie self. So it was pretty cool. Anyway, as I'm doing this, I'm trying not to think a whole lot because normally whenever I do a layout, I constantly think and pause and tend not to glue things down as I go along. And as you saw in the beginning, I just kind of threw the papers down. But one of the reasons why I wanted to do this Layering Gone Wild series is I love layering, first of all, but also just as an experiment to see and to work at taking a chance, just putting things down with that, wow, without thinking so hard, just to kind of do it. And I'm also doing another series that starts Monday called 10-minute layouts. And the reason why I want to do something like that is every layout I do doesn't take an hour or 2 hours or more. Not if I want to get my photo albums done. So some layouts take just a few minutes or, 20, 30 minutes tops because I have, as I've said many times, a ton of photos. So I'm thinking between Layering Gone Wild and 10-minute layouts, doing some sort of series where I'm constantly being very proactive in getting my layouts done not only helps me, but hopefully it'll help you see different designs, different things that you can do. And so I'll do elaborate videos like I've been doing, but I also want to do the short ones. And so I'm really excited about constantly running these series. This video, this layout probably took me somewhere between, I would say 30 to 40 minutes because I did think. But, but for me, that's actually really good because um, I'm trying to pull back and not, just like kind of like go with the flow. Just get it done, Saundra. You know, um, and I think sometimes that's the hard part in anything that you do that's artsy. You think a lot, you try this, you try that, you look at it and go, I don't know about that. But at least I do these things. So anyway, I just really want to really get more layouts done. And so hopefully these two series will help me help you. Anyway, I did cut off the little stamp from the green paper that I showed you earlier, and I put some fun foam under it just to lift it up and give it a little bit of dimension. Or, that I like that 3D look. And I did stain the edges of all my paper ahead of time. So that really helped. Pre-cutting, having everything set up on my desk that I would use. And in doing a layout like this, when I'm using so much layering, I don't really need a lot of embellishments. It's really not something that I want to put on top of this much layering. I think it would get buried, it wouldn't be seen. I don't know. I guess it would depend upon the embellishment. I'll put a few on, but not a ton, not a ton. As you might have noticed, I started laying down paper on the background paper, gluing it down. So I'm definitely going with the white. And basically, if I'm going to cover up the entire page, the other paper, even though I'll cut the stamp off of that and use it here, the paper itself is really pretty and I could use it someplace else, or I could even stick some of it here. I probably won't stick it here, but it's just pretty paper, so I don't really want to cover it up. That green cloth paper was in my stash. It has a great texture to it. I love it. And I'm also using paper from Recollections called Mum and Bird, that gold paper with the swirls all over it. That's what that's from. And I cut my paper up in the beginning. I didn't really follow any sort of, why I do this or how or anything. All I did was take a 6x6, slice it down the center, and then just keep cutting it up into squares of different sizes and seeing, hopefully that would work. And somehow it is. Somehow it is working out. It's coming out okay so far. I feel like I'm back at summer camp. So if you Google Summer Camp Music Festival and you look at that and you go, why on earth, Saundra, did you go there? Well, every summer my daughter's been taking me somewhere, not always in the summer, to get me out of my comfort zone, and mainly because I asked her. I wanted to do something different, try something new, get out of my comfort zone. And last year it was New Orleans, and that was a blast. So this year was summer camp. New Orleans isn't exactly out of one's comfort zone, but it was the places we stayed. She picked a place to show me how she travels as a student, and then I finally got to pick a place how I travel as a grown-up. So it was very interesting, and you'll hear about that whenever I scrapbook those photos. But it was great. It was a lot of fun. She actually took me to a frat party. Yeah. Anyway, so here, back to summer camp. one of the things that stuck out in my mind here was how friendly everyone is. And I was nervous when I first got there, to say the least. Um, it's a huge festival, huge grounds to walk all over. It's on a farm. It's but it was so much fun, and everyone there was just very nice. There wasn't I can't explain how nice everyone is, and the music was awesome. So, and it's music that I don't normally listen to. It's music my daughter listens to, um, but I found a few bands that I really liked, that whose music I'll probably get. In fact, so I thought that was pretty cool. But sleeping in a tent for a week uh, without showers is not fun. But they do have, like, you can buy showering for like $10 that lasts you the whole week. I did that. My daughter did not, even though I offered to pay for her. But they have like outdoor, water wells or whatever, where you can go rinse off, and you volunteer. And that's one of the things you see on here. Make a difference. Uh, the camp is big on the environment and making a difference, recycling, doing anything you can, from building your home from items that are better for the environment, from your car, everything. I mean, it's very educational. It gives you all sorts of ideas of things that you can do. They have all these workshops there, and so it's a fun event all the way around. And you don't have to sleep in a tent. You can get an RV if you like. I think I would do that next year. It was hot, it was muddy, but it was fun. Anyway, that little net thing that you see me holding up, I made that in another video, the sister page to this, which I might show you how that page came out. I don't know. Anyway, but I will put a link to it. Tease, 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 right? But it's just cheesecloth, and I painted it with a few different colors: blue, gold, and green, to pick up the colors in the mountains behind us. And so I wanted to add that as part of layering. And materials used to layer, doesn't have to be just paper. It can be anything you want. You could use wood items, your paper. You could use embellishments as part of your layering. Whatever makes you happy. So I added in cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is always fun. You can twist it and turn it and move it all over the place and do all sorts of things with it. It can make you look like you did a lot more in a layout than you actually did. It may not look like it, but I am nearly done. I had so much fun doing this layout. And if you're wondering about summer camp, I'm going back again next year. It was fun. Not only that, the food was great. The food was awesome. The coffee was nice. The music was great. A few items. That little peace sign is by me and my big ideas. And the heart is pink paisley. And so I'm just going to cover this with bling, randomly throw it all over the place. And I'm so excited about this new series of layouts that I'll be doing. So this one, I'm going to choose a day for it, but I'm thinking Thursdays for Wild with Layering, or Layering Gone Wild, and Mondays for 10-minute layouts. So I'll see you at the end of this. A few more pieces of bling and I am done. The sister layout to this will go up in a couple days, or even maybe tomorrow. And I'll put a link between the two once I post that video. But anyway, there's a closer look at all the layers gone wild here. Lots of layers, textures. Not bad at all. I have some stills to follow this. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have an awesome day, and happy scrapbooking.